And welcome to the 2025 CBRC Lakemont Park Summer Basketball League championship game between Sheets and Budget Beverage. I'm Dave Shannon, joined by Jake Irwin. Jake, we're underway.
Yeah, we certainly are. Nice day for basketball, Dave. Doesn't look like we have any rain in the forecast. I don't want to jinx anything. You never know in this state. But
yeah, for sure. Here's a three-point attempt, and it is good for Budget Beverage, sinking that one on the far side of the court. And a steal by Budget Beverage. Back the other way. Stop. Kick down the lane. And he's tied up in the lane, but the ball squirts out, and it goes to Jason Broombaugh. And now it is Sheets with a steal and back the other way. Sheets ball down the baseline. Here's a layup attempt that won't go, and the rebound is pulled in by Val Mignon. Budget Beverage back into their end of the floor. There's Turtle with another three, and he is responsible for all 6 of Budget Beverage's points. They're ahead 6-0 here. And there's a layup attempt that won't go, kind of a floater layup that doesn't go. Budget Beverage has another rebound. Sheets having a little trouble getting on track.
Yeah, they really are. So far, that defense in the paint that is being displayed by Budget Beverage looking really sharp, not allowing any easy shots.
There's a nice spin move just ahead of the foul line. The shot was taken, it doesn't go, and they'll set up again. Budget Beverage with the ball, and John Burwager with it. Smith with the ball goes down inside. Mignon spins back out to Smith. Now at the top of the key. Broombaugh kicks it over on the near side. Burwager works it down and eventually out around again. 18 minutes left to go. We're in the first period. It's a 6-0 Budget Beverage lead. There's a nice behind-the-back pass. Down to the baseline, shot taken, and it will not fall. Sheets brings it back the other way. With the ball, it is Seth Rummel. Rummel passes over, top of the key. Derek Forshey with it there. They work it down inside now. Kicked into the corner. 3. Nope, it's a 2-point attempt, and it will not go, but the rebound is pulled in by Sheets. Back out. Top of the key. Nice move into the foul line. The ball rattles out. A great shot there by Gary Vermeulen and won't go. Now down the right side of the lane. Shots put up by Seth Rummel, and a foul is called on the way to the hoop. And that one is called on Jared Broombaugh. That'll be his first, and first foul in the game for either team. And there's nothing but net for Seth Rummel. It is now 6-1. Rummel's second shot, nothing but net. He looks like he might have been practicing those. Jake?
Yeah, I think so. It's important to get those reps at the free throw line, especially a championship game. Game comes down to a wire. You have to have those free throws that you need to make. Important to get those reps in early.
Burwager over to Smith to Mignon and back to Burwager, and here's the steal. Rummel back the other way, and you talk about getting fouled going to the hoop. I think they have that on an instructional video.
Yeah, kind of tried to put him in a straitjacket there, it looked
like.
It was,
exactly.
It's like, I'll take my chances. I'll put you at the line instead of allow you to get the easy layup.
Well, I'll tell you what, the way Rummel hit his first 2 foul shots, I wouldn't want to send him to the foul line, and he proves me right there as he continues to have that accuracy. And Seth has put a few of those up, I'm saying.
Yeah, 4 for 4 for Seth.
Yep.
Looking good from the charity stripe.
He has all 4 of Sheets' points. It is Budget Beverage 6 and Sheets 4. Here's Val Mignon underneath, and the shot is up and good. Val Mignon with his first points of the game. It's now 8-4 in favor of Budget Beverage. Sheets with the ball, and Derek Forshey working it around the outside. They go down inside. Spin move in the lane. Cody Black puts it up and in. And now we're getting some flow to this game. It is 8-6 in favor of Budget Beverage. Mignon with the ball, goes back out. Burwager, they work it around into the corner. From the baseline, they kick it back out. And the shot is up and good. Jared Brumbaugh, I think, with that one. 10-6 in favor of Budget Beverage. Down into the Sheets end goes Gary Vermeulen. The shot's up, and it's no good, and the rebound is pulled in by John Berwacker. It's another thing in these games, Jake, rebounding is huge. Oh, man, talk about you have to give an assist above Budget Beverage. Seth Rummel couldn't have had a better pass to go down the floor with. Man, 10-8.
Yeah, really. And that's the second time we've seen Rummel just streak his way down the court with wide open floor in front of him. Went to the line the first time, second time gets the easy bucket, making a statement here early on.
It is Budget Beverage with the ball. Stop, top of the key for three, and it doesn't go. And the rebound. Nice rebound underneath for Budget Beverage. That by Tal Irwin, and puts the shot up. It doesn't go, but he's fouled in the process. Did you pick up that foul there, Jake?
Looks like it was Cody Black, number 0 for Sheets.
And the first shot is up, and it does not fall for Irwin. Irwin's second shot rattles around and goes down. And that makes the score 11-8 in favor of Budget Beverage. With the ball, Rummel now out of the left corner, moving down the baseline. Shot taken, it's a little long. And with the rebound, it's Cody Black. Black kicks it out and work it around the perimeter there. Rummel tries to show off his three-point shooting skill, and it ends up a little bit short, and it's touched out of bounds by Sheets, and it'll be Budget Beverage ball. That is deadly as Rummel was from the foul line that was going to go, but it didn't. Budget Beverage with the ball again. Turtle Smith, they work it around to John Berwacker into the corner. Mignon inside, kicks it back out, top of the key to Berwacker. John over on the left side. Jared Brumbaugh with it, they work it around. Nice ball movement by Budget Beverage. Three-point attempt from the top of the key doesn't go, and a big rebound by Cody Black for Sheets. And then he's tied up after he gets a hold of the ball. Nice effort underneath there. Val Mignon goes down underneath, and they have a wrestling match for the ball, and it ends up going to Sheets. 11-8, Budget Beverage with the lead here.
Yeah, like you said, Dave, really nice ball movement there. Just couldn't execute that three at the top of the key. But now looking to see if Sheets can have that ball movement as well. They've been a little disjointed on offense lately. Want to see if they can match that ball movement like we saw a moment ago from Budget Beverage.
Rummel has it. He goes down to the right baseline, kicks it back out. Now they move it across to the foul line, down underneath. And that's some pretty good defense in there, because that looked like a gimme almost for Mr. Forshee, and it ends up being Budget Beverage, bringing it back the other way. Berwacker with the ball. Down in on the baseline. Shots up, and it won't go. Shot taken by Tyler Elby. And then eventually, in a battle for the ball down near the bucket, that is, it goes out of bounds off of Budget Beverage. Substitution into the game for Budget Beverage. 11-8 still, and of course the clock rolls in these games, so helps them to move along a little bit. 11-8 though, we've been kind of frozen in time with that score.
Yeah, we really have, and one of the biggest statements has been Budget Beverage and that defense down in the low block. Sheets has been struggling to get any layups up lately.
Sheets with it. Rummel tries to get down inside, and some defense applied there as Skylar Mignon decides to try to reach in and maybe steal that one. And he almost put Rummel in a headlock. Sheets to inbound. Oh, that backcourt. You knew that was coming. That one really sailed. Pass out to Sean Boland, and a little bit too much. And he could only come down with 1 foot in one side of the court, one in the other. And that's your old backcourt violation. Oh, here's another big steal for Sheets down to the other end. Layup from the left side, but a great follow. That doesn't go, but Seth Rummel, talk about having a game. He's having it. And now it's a 1-point game.
Has 8 of the 10 points on the board for Sheets. I've just been really impressed with his speed so far, Dave.
Yeah, and his accuracy too. I was totally surprised when he didn't make that three. It's just started to come to expect that from him. Budget Beverage with the ball. Jared Brumbaugh kicks it out to Will Sankey, who just came into the game. A three-point attempt will not fall for Tyler Elvey, but Budget had the rebound. Elvey goes over to try to reel that one in, and boy, that was close as to whether that was going to go out of bounds off of Budget or not, but went out of bounds off of Sheets. Tyler was able to keep his hands off that. Looked like a three out of the corner. Instead, stepping up and taking the shot that will not go is Jared Brumbaugh. And Sheets with another foul down in the baseline, trying to keep a path closed for Budget Beverage was Derek Forshee, and he gets rung up for that one. It's 11-10. We're down to 9 minutes left to go in the first half. Inbound play and the pass over to Skylar Mignon. Skylar has it. Takes a move toward the basket, goes into the corner. Now Mignon out top of the key. Working around into the corner. Three-point attempt is up, and it will not go, and the ball goes out of bounds off of Budget Beverages Tyler Elvey.
Good stand by Sheets. Now it's all about that response. You know you've been struggling shooting the basketball lately, especially in the paint. Their chance right here to do something about this deficit.
Okay, here comes Rummel. Rummel stops, kicks it back out top of the key. Over then on the near side to Derek Forshee. Now dribbling around, that is Lucas Viable. Rummel started toward the basket, and Derek Forshee is going to get rung up for a second. I think this is a stop Seth Rummel at all costs kind of game here defensively for Budget Beverage.
Yeah, you said it.
Rummel with the ball. Sheets trailing by just one. They're a little slow out of the gate, but they have been gradually moving up here. Oh my, that was a nice turnaround shot, and won't go for Forshee, and it's Budget Beverage with the rebound. Berwager tries to kick one down underneath for a shot down in the point area, and it ends up going out of bounds. All right, so here comes Sheets. Seth Rummel's still out there. Somebody new, though, to bring it up the floor, and that is Lucas Vrabel. There's Rummel over in the right side. I've seen my share of threes from that exact spot in so many high school games. I don't know why, but a lot of players like that spot on the floor. Rummel goes down the lane, stops, pops, off the backboard, a little too strong. Rebound, Budget Beverage. Back up the other way. There's a nice layup and in. Will Sankey with his first points of the game. It is 13-10 in favor of Budget Beverage. Three-point attempt will not go. Sankey ends up with a rebound. He was tiptoeing over there on the out-of-bounds line. He's going to take it all the way to the hole, and suddenly Will Sankey is the big star here for Budget Beverage. As they retake the lead, it's a 5-pointer, 15-10 in favor of Budget Beverage. 6:22 left to go in the first half. The Central Blair Rec Commission Lakemont sponsors include Central Blair Rec Commission, also Lakemont Park, Stuckey Automotive, Sideline Cancer, Proactive Sports. Now I'll let Jake do the other four.
Okay, other four. What'd you get up to here, Dave?
You started American Paper Mills and finish out to the end.
Okay, American Eagle Paper Mills, Altoona Mir, Mike's Court, and Dino's Pizza, the Greenwood location. Those are the 2025 sponsors.
Very good. Well, the timeout is over, and Sheets has the ball out of that timeout. Another basket that time on the possession by Budget Beverage. Sankey, kind of a spark plug that they really needed there. And they were trudging in the sand, and they got out of it with that basket. Sheets' shot attempt does not go, so Budget Beverage will try to add to a 5-point lead as we go under the 6-minute mark left to go in the first half. Try to get it inside. Sheets with an arm in the right place, knocks that out away. What a move as Seth Rummel goes around everybody. They look like traffic cones on a highway. Yikes. Budget Beverage tries to get it back up the floor. Budget's still up by 3, though. There's a pass, goes into Jared Broombaugh, and they'll send it back out, and Burwager will get things set up again. Will Sankey. Right through. Fearless. What a fearless move that was.
Yeah, like you said, Dave, Sankey's been a spark plug, and that's much needed for Budget Beverage to kind of match that energy that Seth Rummel has shown for Sheets with the way he's able to run down the court. So really important that Sankey's doing kind of what Rummel's been doing for Sheets.
Oh, and Will, that's the first, as some have said, chink in the armor that we've seen. So Sankey goes 0 for 2, which is kind of surprising, but nonetheless, it is 15-12. Sankey tries to show that he was run over, but the referees didn't buy it, and the shot is up and in. Threader from the top of the key, and it will not go for Burwager. Rebound by Sheets, and now they'll head back to their end. Seth Rummel with the ball is going to take a deep 3, and it was just a bit long. He was right on target as far as centering up the basket, Jake. It didn't go, though. Sankey with the ball, passes over to Burwager. Burwager goes down the left side of the lane, lays it up and in, and puts Budget Beverage up 17-14. And one. .335 left to go in the first half. Burwager's shot. Okay. So he gave us the take that, Seth Rummel. I can make those too.
That's exactly what that was.
Sheets with the ball. Down by 4 at 18-14. Well contested first half here. There's a nice spin move on the baseline, and the shot goes up and in. And there's an and one that's going to go along with that. Foul was called on Pat Irwin. That'll be his first. And at the line, it is Sean Boland. Trying to get this lead down to a point. Nice break on the rim there. I would have to say he knows those rims reasonably well. These are interesting rims. There's a lot of bounces you get here that aren't like what we see in the indoor game.
That's very true. These rims are kind of like trampolines. You'll sometimes see them hop off about 5 feet in the air and then come crashing down.
But the backboards are interesting, too, because once you played here and you know how those react to a ball going into them, there's some interesting shots taken as we get down to the 2-minute mark left to go here in the first half. Sankey with a nice break there. His last trip to the foul line, he missed both. Trying to get back to 500 from the foul line, and he does. That was, as you might expect, nothing but net. So it's a 20-17 game as we go underneath the 2-minute mark here in the first half, and Sheets with the ball. Down the baseline goes Gary Vermont, and he gets one up and in. It's a 1-point game again. I don't think anybody's going to be running away with this one.
No, it's not looking that way, is it?
Sankey tried to hit a deep 2 there, but it wouldn't go. But the rebound goes to Budget Beverage. Start to work it around the perimeter again. Burwager goes down inside. Nice spin move and a pop by Jared Broombaugh, and that is up and in. And it's 22-19.
Yeah, great vision by Burwager to find him right in the middle of the paint. Just a nice feed and a nice finish by Broombaugh.
Down to 1:06 left to go in the first half. It is 22-19 in favor of Budget Beverage. Rummel kicks it out. Vermeulen. Then they move it over to Matt Gindelsberger. There's a nice spin move from the elbow. Nice shot by Gary Vermeulen.
Gary Vermeulen with 4 quick points. Had a really nice job backing up his defender just a moment ago along the paint, and then has that beautiful follow through.
Once again, that lead is down to 1 for Budget Beverage. And there's a timeout called by Budget Beverage with 27.2 seconds left to go here in the first half. And once again, we're going to thank our sponsors. And that group includes the Central Blair Rec Commission, Lakemont Park, Stuckey Automotive, Sideline Cancer, Proactive Sports. Go ahead, Jake.
American Eagle Paper Mills, the Altoona Mirror, Mike's Court, and Dino's Pizza, the Greenwood location.
Those are your 2025 CBRC Lakemont sponsors. Happy to be bringing you the coverage right here. 22-21. Well, now we know we're in trouble. Luke Rhodes is here.
Is he?
Luke Rhodes, he's the enforcer. Budget Beverage with the ball. Jared Brumbaugh, tied up a little bit, has to go out to Berwager. Berwager trying to get a spin move on Seth Rummel, and he can't. There goes a pass. It ends up being loose. There's a nice recovery, and what a blocked shot by Sheets. However, it's Sankey with it off the backboard, up and in, and that's going to do it here in the first half to set our score at 24-21 in favor of Budget Beverage. All right, we're going to take a brief break here in the coverage, and we'll be back with more right after we take this timeout.
Welcome back here to Lakemont. Halftime, just about ready to start the second half, where Budget Beverage holds a 24-21 lead against Sheets in the championship match. I'm Jake Irwin with Dave Shannon. We'd like to thank some of our sponsors, starting with Dino's Pizza in the Greenwood location, Mike's Court, the Altoona Mirror, and the American Eagle Paper Mills.
Also brought to you by Proactive Sports, Sideline Cancer, Stuckey Automotive, Lakemont Park, and the Central Blair Rec Commission. Leading scorer for Budget Beverage, talk about the spark plug off the bench, and the guy you got to talk about is Will Sankey.
Yeah,
he
Will
came
Sankey.
in to be the leading scorer for the team.
Yeah, he's been really impressive. Didn't get off to a fast start like a player in the Sheets team that kind of reminds me of him with his speed and elusiveness, which is Seth Rummel.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, if Budget Beverage didn't have Sankey right now, I think Sheets could very well be in control of this game. So Sankey's been a huge part in this Budget Beverage lead for a team that comes in with 4 wins in a row and looking to defend their crown.
Yes. All right, we're underway in the second half as Budget Beverage inbounds. Berwager, and they work it around over into the corner quickly. With the ball, Brumbaugh kicks it over, Berwager, top of the key, guarded there by Gary Vermeulen. There's a pass out. There's a three-point attempt, which is up, and it will not fall. Rebound and putback will not fall for Val Mignon, and we're headed back into the Sheets end. 24-21. Budget Beverage with the lead. Spin move in the lane, shots up, but it's a little too strong off the backboard, and a foul is called on Sheets. That foul called on Seth Rummel. Scoring once again from the first half, we had Sankey with 8 for Budget, Jared Brumbaugh with 4, Ty Irwin with 1 from the line, Val Mignon hit 1 from the field for 2, 6 for Turtle Smith, and 3 for John Berwager. On the Sheet side, Rummel with 10, and it was Vermeulen with 4, 2 for Cody Black, and 3 for Sean Bolin, 2 for Ethan Brady. Budget Beverage with the ball, 3-point lead for them, and Seth Rummel trying to get a steal there, reaches in. Jared Broombaugh had the ball, and the foul has been called.
2 quick fouls on Seth Rummel to start this second half. Bit of a concern for Sheets.
Yeah, when you consider what he's brought to this game, because they really got out of the gate slow, Jake, and if it hadn't been for Seth, I don't know that they would have gotten this close. Right now, it's Budget Beverage. Boy, is that a nice cut across there. The cutter was Broombaugh. Puts a shot up and won't go. Still battling underneath, and it's a held ball called. And possession arrow is headed in Sheets' direction. That was a good battle underneath for that rebound.
Yeah, Sheets not making it easy for Budget Beverage. You know, it's important that Sheets makes that statement defensively after Budget had all that momentum in the first half going into halftime. So that's that lockdown defense you need to have if you're Sheets.
Sheets now gets the ball, and they need to get themselves a point here in the second half. We're still at that halftime score of 24-21. Neither team have scored, and we're almost 3 minutes in. All wide open on the baseline. Nice little pop by Cody Black. It's up and in, and he has the first points for either team in the second half. 24-23, Budget up by 1. Budget with the ball. Out at the top of the key, it's Spurwager. Kicks it over. Broombaugh is going to try a 3. That's a little bit wide right. Tipped around. Budget has the rebound. That's going to be Mignon. Nope. Sorry, that's Turtle Smith. And Turtle, he was out there early for Budget, Jake, and he's back in it now. So he gets a little bit of a feel for that outside shot. Rummel's everywhere, and he puts that one up and in. Rummel now with 12 in the game. It's a 1-point game. Budget Beverage up by 1. Over on the far side, it's Turtle Smith. Kicks it over. Val Mignon here in the left wing. Out between the circles. They work it down inside. Spin move, and they kick it back out. Smith goes right back in. Nice move and a nice finish. Great pass inside. He goes to Ty Irwin, and Irwin puts that up and in. 28-25, 15:39 left to go. We're in the second half. There's a spin move for Sheets in the lane, and another nice bucket by Cody Black. It's one thing, Jake, I think if Black gets going, that could be a big difference in this game.
Yeah, he seems like a pretty intimidating post player. He doesn't seem like he's too disturbed by those Budget defenders down low.
There's a shot by Broombaugh that won't go, and the rebound is pulled in by Sheets. Derek Forshee with that rebound, and Derek tried to get a big outlet pass down to Cody Black, and it sailed on him.
That's the right idea, though. If you're going to feed anybody down low, I mean,
right,
give it to Cody Black.
Yeah. I mean, just normally, but right now Cody is hot, so
right.
Definitely want to get it in his hands. Budget still leads by 1, 28-27. 14:48 left to go. We're in the second half. Smith with the ball kicks it over. Burwager's going to try a 3, and that's going to be wide right and a little long. Jared Broombaugh with the basketball. Goes to Smith. Back out to Broombaugh. Looks it over into the corner. Smith had it. Goes to Mignon in on the baseline. Back out Broombaugh inside the 3-point arc. Puts up a little jumper there. And it ends up going out of bounds to Sheets. Nobody touched it on any kind of a rebound attempt. Here comes Will Sankey, Mr. Energy.
So that's an appropriate nickname for him.
Yeah. 28-27. Sheets could take the lead here. And, wow, no foul called. I thought it was out of bounds. It ends up back with Budget Beverage. And Budget Beverage is Will Sankey. Oh, what a great pass. Cutting to the basket. Up and in. Ty Irwin.
Ty Irwin with that big defensive stop to get the ball for Budget and then finishing it with some points. all around, just a really impressive job by Irwin.
30-27, Budget up by 3 with 13:25 left to go in the second half. Ooh, there's a spin move, and Rummel ends up drawing the foul. Foul was called on Berwager. And we'll see this. This was one of Rummel's impressive stats early on. His first half total was 10 points, but his first 4 all came from the charity stripe, and he makes the first one that he gets a chance at here in the second half. Val Mignon checks out for Budget. That one rimmed out. So he's human after all.
Turns out. He proved it right there.
30-28, Budget Beverage with the lead. Chance to go up by 4 now. Working the ball inside. Sankey with a little hook shot, and that will not fall. Rebound is tipped out. Here goes Rummel all the way to the hole, and the foul before the shot on John Berwager.
Playing your song, Jerry. They're playing your song.
Berwager is going to come out. They want to hang on to him for anything coming up here at the end of the game. Getting down to the 12-minute mark left to go. Black tries one from the baseline. That won't go for him, and it's a rebound to Budget Beverage. Up the floor. Pat Irwin passes over to Will Sankey. Sankey over onto the right wing. Sankey has it between the circles again. Wide open, and a nice pass over onto the left wing, but pulling back with that's Pat Irwin. Sankey goes down inside. Nice passing, but it ends up getting out of control there a little bit. Let's try that again. They like that baseline passing underneath there, and that results in points and puts Budget up by 4. There's a long shot that won't go for Sheets. Battle for the rebound, coming up with it. That's Skylar Mignon, goes all the way to the hole, lays it up and in, and one. It's a huge shift in momentum here.
Yeah, what a play. I mean, to collect that ball in center court, evade around the defender, and then to swoop in for the basket. I mean, all around an impressive play, and momentum starting to shift over to the Budget Beverage side.
Yes, it is. Skylar Mignon with 1 from the line. It's a little long, and the rebound is pulled in by Sheets. It's still a 6-point lead, though, for Budget Beverage. Sheets trying to get somebody open for a shot. Down in on the baseline. Shot is partially blocked, but the rebound, a putback. Seth Rummel. Everywhere, all at once. Seth Rummel.
It's been fun to watch, and not to mention his very colorful shoes that he's got going as well. So he has that swagger in the court as well, Dave.
Yeah. Will Sankey goes down the lane, stops, pops, and it's a little bit off to the right. And Black wanted to get the rebound, but he could not. However, Sheets does give it a good push up the floor, and a foul is called on Budget Beverage. Did you catch who he called that on?
Skylar Mignon.
Okay.
Yep.
Inbound play for Sheets. It's out there to Ethan Brady, and Brady moves it around to Black and then back out to Rummel. Seth Rummel deep on the right wing. Heads down toward the basket, stopped, tried to put it up. And they called a foul on Will Sankey. Interesting choice there. I mean, could you have called a travel on Rummel at that point?
I think that's why Sankey was clapping so ferociously there, a little frustrated with the call, thinking that it was going to be a travel in Budget basketball. Instead, it goes against him, and Sheets retains possession. Black
with the ball, inbounding, and now here's a three-point attempt that's wide left, and Budget Beverage with the rebound. 9:07 left to go. The CBRC Lakemont sponsors include Will Sankey 3 is what they include. Takes it up to a 7-point lead for Budget Beverage as we're more than halfway through the second half. Sheets can't get that one to fall. It's a rebound by Rummel trying to get it up, and it's got to be a held ball. No, there's a foul called on that.
Looks like they called it on Pat Irwin.
Okay. All right, Sheets to inbound. Rummel with it. Nice screen out there. Spin move and that shot. He knows how to play those rims. He knows just about everything about this particular court. He gets the rims. He gets the background. He's got everything. Hey, want to thank our sponsors, Dino's Pizza, Greenwood location. Three-pointer will not go for Tyler Elby, and it's a rebound by Sheets. Mike's Court also helping out with the broadcast. Nice baseline pass. Shot is up, and it will not go. Tipped around. Sankey has it. Altoona Mirror bringing you the CBRC Lakemont Championships for 2025. American Eagle, Paper Mills, Proactive Sports, Sideline Cancer, and Will Sankey with the smooth touch there. And it's time for Sheets to really make a stand here if they can. Black with the basketball on the baseline. Kicks it down further on the right baseline. Charging out, Skylar Mignon to provide the defense, and he bumps pretty hard into Sean Boland. So Sean will get to go to the line and shoot a couple here. Try to get this lead down a little bit. Also sponsoring tonight, it's Proactive Sports, Sideline Cancer, Stuckey Automotive, Lakemont Park, and the Central Blair Rec Commission. The CBRC Lakemont 2025 Summer League Championships going on. And a timeout has been called. Well, I just read them, Skip, so you can take a little rest. You can take a little rest. Get the man some water. Cool this man down. Just cool this guy down over here. Skip, it's always.
You can put me to bed.
Oh, goodness. These are always fun games out here, Jake. And, if anybody thinks that they're not putting everything into it, all you have to do, budget, it's a little easier to see because they have the gray T-shirt tops on, and you can see sweat on those real easy. It's way dark gray generally makes that show up a lot easier. Now, you look at Cody Black for Sheets, and you can tell he's been putting everything into this too.
Oh yeah. There's some sweat angels out there, that's for sure.
Absolutely. All right, clock got stopped with 6:48 left to go, and a big trip to the line here for Sean Boland. Oh my, that one rimmed out, and a big time rebound pulled in by Pat Irwin. Irwin brings it down the floor and hands it off to Berwager. Berwager wanted Sankey, and they were trying to bump Sankey out of bounds, and he wasn't having any of it. He gets bumped a little harder going down, and that foul is called on Ethan Brady. Inbound, Sankey looks things over and gets it too. Berwager across the left wing. Move toward the basket. What a move, and the ball will not go down. Big rebound, Cody Black, 39-32. Out of the left corner, there's a three. The bank was not open.
No, it was not. The bank was closed. And foul on top of that on Pat Irwin
again.
Yeah. Yep.
And Pat's going to come out and coming back in.
Yep.
It is Ty Irwin. All right, at the line, it's Cody Black. He gets to shoot a pair here. Off the rim, doesn't go, and a big rebound for Broombaugh. Jared Broombaugh to Sankey, and Berwager will bring it up the floor. Out of the left corner, out across to the foul line, down the lane a little bit. What a shot! That goes up and in for Tyler Elvey, his first points of the game. Sheets with the ball. Cody Black, little nonchalant pass back there. Gary Vermeulen puts a shot up, it doesn't go. Uh-oh, Irwin ahead to Broombaugh. I'm sorry, Sankey ahead to Broombaugh. Will Sankey hit Broombaugh in stride, and Jared completed that one. And it's a 43-32 lead. And now Sheets has a pretty big task ahead of him.
Yeah, I mean, things have really fallen apart for Sheets in the second half. We saw these teams going toe-to-toe for a good portion of the game, and then Budget Beverage started laying it on, getting their best playmakers involved, including some big points by Sankey. So Sheets, with a hill to climb, just 4 minutes to play with.
Yeah. And the first shot is missed by Sean Boland. Clock does roll here during the foul shot, so we're down to 3:50 left to go, and that one's off the side of the rim. Rebound, Budget Beverage. So Boland comes up empty on that trip to the foul line. 43-32. Budget could put it out of the way, if that one would have fallen, but it did not. Little contact underneath for the rebound, and heading quickly up the floor to get in position is Cody Black.
I saw him up there, but I didn't know if he had 2 minutes. First, you know what,
Down to 3:10 left to go in the game. Black misses. That was a 1-and-1, and the rebound ends up in the hands of Will Sankey. Like Will needs any help at this point. Sometimes the basketball gods love you. Sometimes they don't. Those are the days you hate when you showed up. Jared Broombaugh with a big double team on him, and he ends up being forced out of bounds. No fouls called. Or was that a timeout? Timeout called. All right. 2:49 left to go, and the CBRC Lakemont sponsors include, all done by Jake Irwin this time.
Okay, your sponsors include the Central Blair Rec Commission, Lakemont Park, Stuckey Automotive, Sideline Cancer, Proactive Sports, the American Eagle Paper Mills, Altoona Mirror, Mike's Court, and Dino's Pizza, the Greenwood location. Those are your 2025 CBRC Lakemont sponsors.
All right, timeout is over. 2:49 left to go, and I say, I don't think that's enough time for Sheets.
It would take a lot. It would take some big scoring runs, or Seth
And
Rummel
it's
when you need
shutting down Budget, too.
Yeah,
That's the other
right.
side of that coin. Jared Broombaugh pulls back. He's on the right wing. Goes down to the baseline, kicks it back out. Nice save over there by Ty Irwin. Work the ball around. Berwager goes down to the baseline, stops. Was going to try to kick it down onto the right side of the baseline, and there was a foul that was called. It is not a shooting foul. That was a pass that was made down the baseline, and Will Sankey will inbound. Goes to Berwager. Over in the left wing. Trying to get it to Broombaugh. Passed it a little too far. It was a good idea, but didn't quite get executed the way it needed to be. And Sheets will have it. Clock is down, under 2 minutes left to go. The three-point attempt does not go, and the rebound is in the hands of Tyler Elvey. Elvey goes to Sankey, and will bring it up, and he'll get fouled on the way. Reaching in for the foul, Derek Forshey. How many do you have on Forshey?
I have 3.
That's what I have also.
Okay.
Okay.
We did our math right.
Sankey inbounds it and trying to get up over the midcourt stripe, and some heavy defense as Rummel's going to pick up his, as I have it, third.
Yep.
And headed to the line is John Berwager. And of course, you, just as a matter of personal pride, want to make your foul shots, but to be honest with you, it doesn't. If he doesn't make them, it's no big deal.
Yeah, I mean, you have a comfortable lead right now. You don't want to rest on your laurels, but it's looking pretty good and makes it just for good measure, just to add some extra cushioning.
What we'll say at this point is, attaboy, John. Nice shot from the foul line. He now has a total of 6 on the evening. That one rattles out. It's tipped around, goes out of bounds, and went off the fingertips of Ty Irwin, and that'll go to Sheets. 1:37 left to go. It is a 12-point lead for Budget Beverage. Fighting till the end, Derek Forshey for Sheets headed down toward the basketball. Gets tipped back into the Budget end, but it's not a backcourt violation. 1:20 left to go. Seth Rummel off the backboard, it won't go. And the rebound pulled in by Irwin. Here's Will Sankey. Sankey all the way to the basket, lays it up and won't go for him. Irwin kicks it out. Jared Broombaugh with it, and he's going to get fouled. Stepping in is Derek Forshey to pick up his fourth. Sending Jared Broombaugh to the line. I may have missed something, but I have no attempted free throws yet by Broombaugh. And at this particular point, he's in for a big salary kick because he's 1 for 1. Second one's nothing but net. I'll tell you what, you got to be impressed with Budget's foul shooting prowess. And also, I got to tip my cap to Rummel. He really got Sheets started into this game after really having a very slow first half. Nice spin move on the baseline. Shots up and it won't go. Ty Irwin has it. And here comes Budget. We are getting down to the 45 seconds left to go here in the second half. But we can get these trophies on and get ready to give them to Budget Beverage, who will now have won 5 in a row championships. 21, 22, 23, 24, and now racking up one for 2025. Timeout called with 45 seconds left to go. That's one of the things about these games, and of course, the little bit older you get, you're trying to, and Sheets has been coming from behind the entire evening. So when you're playing the whole game that way, I'll tell you what, you get about at the 10-minute mark, you're pretty tired.
Oh, yeah.
You're beat.
Yeah, the nice thing about having the lead and being in control is you get to relax a little bit. Okay, you don't want to relax too much and let them get back into the game, but you have the lead, you're comfortable, and you don't have to feel like you're playing from behind and trying to scramble to get something moving. That's been Sheets this whole game, so potentially some fatigue setting in more for Sheets than Budget, but I mean, all these guys have been playing hard. They know what's on the line.
And that shot won't go for Irwin from the foul line. Ball goes out of bounds. It'll go to Sheets. As we are down to 40 seconds left to go. Sheets with the ball. Go ahead, Seth. Seth misses wide to. Why don't you just give him a mic? He's Clark giving me valuable information here. 82 years old on the floor right now for Budget Beverage. That's Johnny Robertson. He takes a shot there, and it didn't go, and Sheets has it, and they're just going to hang on to the ball and let this run out. The final score is going to be Budget Beverage 46 and Sheets 32. So it was just the second half was Sheets just couldn't get a lot to fall. You still had, once again, Rummel had the best performance in the second half, as he did in the first half. Scored 10, and then he put up 7 more here for a total of 17 in the game. And by far the leading scorer on that side. And there's a bunch of guys. Sankey was off the bench. He didn't start the game. He came into the game, and he ended up scoring 13 for his time. As Skip Dry hands out the championship trophy to John Robertson, Budget Beverage, 5 years running, the champions of the CBRC Lakemont Summer League. And overall, it's a lot of fun to watch these games.
Yeah, it is. I mean, all these guys have a lot of pride in their community. They have their family and friends around watching them, all competing together. People from different parts of the area, all coming
How you
together
doing,
to play
Val?
basketball. So
Okay. What's new?